Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video today from Alpha Central titled High Value Man Refuses to Pay for Dates Food, Her Plan Backfired. It's always comforting to know that men are refusing to buy expensive dinners for entitled women. Today's video was suggested to me by Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comment, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own thoughts and comments, and let's jump right into the video.
Backflip?
Oh, yeah.
So, can you walk me through that flip and what happened?
Okay, so
Yeah.
my hair might have fallen out.
Yeah.
I have extensions, but like, I just did too much in the flip.
These women are becoming more and more fake by the day. Fake hair, fake nails, fake makeup, fake personalities, and fake photos. They are more artificial than they are natural.
POV, when I ask my husband to hold my purse.
I love how when her husband refuses to hold her purse, she picks it up and carries it herself. It just goes to show you when a woman asks you to hold her purse, oftentimes they can do it themselves. They just want you to do it.
Yeah, you're full of anger. Because
No.
you flog yourself for being vulnerable.
Would you stop it? Like you have
Yeah.
some sort of
I
psychology
do.
degree?
10 years in therapy.
So what?
It's
I've
helped
watched
with
football
anger.
for 40 years. I shouldn't be somebody's coach.
It's amazing how this woman thinks that because she's been going to therapy for over 10 years, that somehow makes her an expert in psychology, and all she does is try to create conflict by projecting her insecurities onto men who, quite honestly, don't deserve it.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm not your therapist.
Then,
but
then you're
I-
going to like superimpose your issues of the psychos in your life onto me. It's like alcoholics. They just always like, oh yeah, you
drinking,
need,
yeah.
you drink. You must be like me.
Yeah.
The whole world, because they're addicts. So
Yeah.
they're so self-involved. The whole world has to be like them.
Do you notice how once he made it clear he wasn't going to take her disrespect, she immediately backed off because she knew that she was in the wrong? That's why it's important to stand up for yourselves.
Oh, look at this Power Ranger. Go, go, Power Ranger. Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Crackosaurus. Let me see your move. Crackosaurus.
Well, I will give them credit. At least they embraced the silliness instead of trying to make things worse by trying to start a fight. Sometimes you just have to take things in stride and move on with your life.
You just not my type, you know what I'm saying?
What's your, but like, why? There has to be a reason.
Yeah, what's your type?
Everybody's type. So
I
like,
take the
why?
face. I like your swag, you know what I'm saying? I see you with the Louis. Ain't nothing wrong. You dress nice, but I take the face kind of serious, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you do things to your face, it kind of like, I don't know. It's cool, but like it's certain things on your face, like
Like
the
what?
cheeks is personal what you do, but just not for me.
Modern women cannot understand why any man would reject them and then refuse to accept a man's preferences when he makes them known. That's just because these women have never been told no a day in their lives.
Why don't you see them working on oil rigs? Those are extremely high-paying jobs, way higher-paying jobs than being a coffee barista. There's no more barrier for entry. Why aren't they crossing over?
There's a couple of reasons, like might be raised in a household where they're taught, hey, that's not a very ladylike thing to do. You should focus instead on, like, you know, taking care of children.
That's literally one of the reasons that explains the differences between men and women, and yet she still thinks this argument is somehow valid to prove her point about gender equality.
That's really weird. Is photography a ladylike thing to do?
It's not necessarily ladylike, but it is highly rewarded.
Yeah, here's what's so interesting to your argument. Is not ladylike in any way, shape, or form. So your argument of, wait a second, they're told that X thing is not ladylike. It seems that women will ignore this isn't ladylike if it leads to a lot of money. If it leads to a bunch of money, suddenly the it's not ladylike, we can put a big X through it. So if we can put a big X through, doesn't seem very ladylike because we will compensate for that with money. Why the they go do that with other jobs? Is it because they can't?
What spicy content creators fail to realize is that when they create this kind of content, they are effectively selling away their dignity for money. And it doesn't matter how much money they make, that dignity is always sold cheap.
During church? After church?
That is the look of a mother who realized that she failed her child. This is a woman who has no problem exposing herself and making fun of her mother's religion in exchange for internet clout.
Listen, I've confirmed it. My husband no longer cares about me. Okay, so this morning when I woke up in a really bad mood. And I wanted to talk to him about it. So when he asked me the first time, he said, "What's wrong with you? You're acting like you're in a bad mood or something." I said, "No, I'm fine." Okay, so then he asks again. He was like, "No, I can tell something's wrong with you. What's going on? Is there something wrong?" And I said, "No, I'm fine." And then he never asked me again. He never asked again. And what really hurts the most is that I was going to tell him on that third time. I was going to tell him the third time that he asked. And then he just must not care. He must not give a single what's wrong with me because he didn't ask for the third time. He did not persist with the question.
She's more concerned with the drama and theatrics of her relationship than she is about the actual relationship itself. Her husband was trying to find out what was wrong, and she is mad at him for not pestering her about the issue. She sets up her husband for failure and then gets furious with him when she fails him.
What do you think the problem is with modern dating?
I feel like people date for so long and they will just never get married, which is just pathetic because like put a ring on that finger because you can just leave whenever you want if you're not married, and that's so dangerous.
Modern women think that the end result of a relationship should be marriage. It doesn't matter about the man's concerns about marriage. He must throw caution to the wind and gamble with Western divorce laws because she wants the ring more than the commitment.
Like they could just leave for someone else and you're
But you could still do that in a marriage. You could get separated. You could still cheat. You could just move out. You could do anything.
But I just feel like it means more and people just don't tend to, especially if they're religious. It just holds it down better.
So are you religious?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
So you want a man of God?
Yes.
Do you feel like this fit gives godly woman?
No, obviously not.
What does it give?
It gives, club girl.
I find it rather difficult to believe that a woman can claim to be religious and yet is judgmental of men for not wanting to get married while dressing like she's planning on drunkenly pursuing random dudes in a club somewhere.
They say they want vulnerability.
Yeah, so
but if
it's
you're
a
vulnerable,
mixed bag. It's like,
if
well,
you're
what do I
vulnerable, you
choose?
get punished.
Exactly. Double whammy, right? You open up to a girl, you share your heart, and then they see weakness, and they're like, "All right, I'm cutting this off."
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you're even more distraught.
And you have to have some sort of story that you've already processed, that you've already dealt with, and so it's not really vulnerable, but it sounds.
Yeah, it's like 2 months ago this happened, but now I finally get my stuff
so
onto it, and I
I'm
have a
actually
plan to
being
solve
vulnerable.
it. But that actually happened 2 months ago.
I love how these women always say that they want vulnerable men, but quite honestly, these are the first types of men that they completely ditch for some dude who isn't crying to them.
If you're just gonna like freak out in
you
general,
want a guy
who's already processed the emotions,
No.
who has the stoicism and the confidence to deal with them correctly.
No.
That's why if a guy has a problem, you don't run to a girl, you run to your mom or the boys. Hey, because girls don't want a pity party. I will always be here for you. Thank you. I'll be here for you too.
Thank you. I'll be here for you. Thank you.
Even though the truth is right in front of them, these women refuse to admit that these men are 100% correct. Women oftentimes do not want these soft men. They never have and they never will.
You know, I hate when women say, "Oh, my last used to take me out on 5-star dates and buy me all type of and designer bags and designer shoes and take me out on big trips and pay all my bills and give me money." Why you don't go back to that? Huh? Why you don't go back to that? Go back to that, bruh. You dating a whole new explain what your last obviously you still miss that. Go back to that because it's a new game. You gotta start over from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Women don't date to start over fresh. They date to pick up where they left off. That's not how the game go. My goodness, bro. And that's why a lot of women be saying like, "Oh my God, like I gotta work." Yes, it's a new relationship. I have a job. You go get a job. I'm not the same that you used to date. Like, what the is wrong with you?
The fact that these women are out here comparing their current men to ones in her past just goes to show that they're not dating to find a relationship. They are trying to find a man to fund their extravagant lifestyles, and they expect all men to do that for them.
I refuse to split the bill on dates.
Oh, and why is that?
Because I'm actually splitting the bill before I even get to the date.
Fascinating. I wonder if the logic that's going to be used here is going to be even remotely different from any of the other videos that are a lot like this that we've seen before.
Let me explain myself.
Please do, because I have a feeling it's going to involve many things that one would do normally on a daily basis anyway, regardless if one is going out on a date or not. So therefore, that makes this video entirely pointless.
I am spending money to show up. As soon as I have a date scheduled, I book a cycle bar class, then I get my eyebrows done. I see Kaylin at Bespoke Brows because I am not bringing a unibrow to happy hour.
So what I'm hearing so far is that all of these activities are done specifically and only to impress a man.
This is why men don't want to date anymore. Modern women are literally treating men like corporate expense accounts where they are to be reimbursed for every minor thing that they do in their life.
Even though I don't think my date cares about what my hands look like, I feel the need to get a manicure.
Yeah, yes, but I'm sure that one felt the need to add it to the bill anyway.
Even if I had my manicure and my brows done earlier in the week, it still takes a whole entire day to prepare for a date. Like planning my outfit, planning my hair wash schedule.
So far, I'm not really seeing the point. A person would normally do that if they're going out with friends, too. But I'm sure that one doesn't charge them for one's time.
Simply showering, doing my hair and makeup, and picking out an outfit could be 2 hours.
And with that, I think it would just be easier to say that one would prefer to charge by the hour.
Do you ever notice how men are not out here demanding women compensate them for fuel, oil changes, or parking fees? That's because it is an absurd thing to do. And yet these women think that their demands are perfectly reasonable.
Good morning to the most beautiful girl in the world. Let me know if you're trying to grab some brunch around 12. I know this beautiful romantic spot where I can have a limousine driver to even pick you up and wake your up. Hey, let's go get some breakfast. I'm thinking IHOP or Denny's. But can you pay? Because I don't really have money right now. Oh, and can you also pick me up as well?
Oh my god, he's so cute.
Modern women will always claim that they want romantic gestures from men who will plan out all of these different things, only to get quickly bored of those exact same men and try and find some bad boy to make their lives exciting. It's just another reason why dating is pointless.
This entitlement when filming in the gym needs to stop. I can't believe that this nonsense still exists. And is it really that big of a deal if somebody walks through your video?
These women live in their own little universe where they think that they are the only people who matter. So they find it to be a grave insult when people walk into her shot while she's trying to create spicy fitness content.
If so, maybe you shouldn't set your camera up in front of some free weights and machines. And the fact that you pin this to the top of your page as if this is something to be proud of? Seriously? And I'm no lip reader, but I'm pretty sure that you say, get out of the way. I'm sorry, you don't own the gym. Just because you're filming doesn't mean that everybody else has to stop their workout just for you or get out of your way. But hey, if you want to film somewhere where nobody's going to walk through your video and you can do as you please, build a home gym, train there. Until then, you need to do better. Mind your own business.
A lot of these fitness influencers think that the whole world needs to cater to them and their sensibilities. People go to the gym to work on themselves and to get healthy, and they are under no obligation to treat a fitness video like a closed movie set.
Why you ended up popping your balloon?
It was the lashes comment. Women are gonna women. You know, we're going to do what we're going to do. And I think for a man to make a comment about the things that we do, makeup, hair, lashes, like I get that it's not your preference, but let women be women.
Right.
Or don't date us.
I knew you was going to say that. Why y'all be saying that?
I don't know why y'all say it. I know I said it because maybe y'all don't realize that that's an option.
Okay.
Because, you know, we're going to do what we're going to do.
Right.
And to constantly have a man say something, it's like, I just want to put my lash on today.
Right.
Or I just want to go to my extension.
So this is my thing, right? So if you saying don't date women, who are you looking for? Because if all the men saying we don't like that, why you keep doing it?
She said that a man is entitled to his preferences, then she immediately starts to complain when he makes his preferences known. They want to be worshipped for every single artificial beauty augmentation they make, and will take great offense to any man who says otherwise.
I didn't say all the men say that. I'm talking about men that do say that. I feel like, so men are going to say that. And most men could care less if we wear lashes or makeup or hair or whatever the case is. But for you to make a comment about it, it's different because you're not just allowing me to be me. You want me to be what you want me to be. And that's fine. However, I don't want to be that.
Keep in mind, these are the same women who will go online and call men dusty, fat, broke, losers, and other names, but the second she gets called out on her hypocrisy, we need to stop because apparently it is oppressive.
Miami, my God, or South Florida, the women here are like, and I lived in LA for 11 years. And it's so funny, people always say like people in LA are so fake, the girls are just after the money, da-da-da. And I'm like, have you been to Miami? Everyone, like, I felt so bad. Like, the women here are, like, almost gross about it. I'm gonna go and say, this might be controversial, but they're, like, gross about how much, like, they expect the man that they haven't even met yet to pay for them. Like, the amount, like, I get it. Okay, you're going out, sure, first date. But now it's, oh, he's taking you out to it better be a cabana. It better be a Michelin star. It better be, like, literally.
This is the only city I've ever been to in the world where you invite a girl to come on a yacht and she goes, well, hold on. How big first? How big?
Literally, you know, I grew up in Palm Beach. Like, I get it. I'm not an outsider, but it makes me feel weird. I'm just like, yo, like, so you're probably.
The only thing I find shocking about this video is how this woman is shocked that women in Miami are selfish, entitled, and delusional. Has she not been on the internet for the last decade? It's not like they keep it a secret. A lot of these women just want what they can't have. That's why she'll get furious once a man gets out of her friend zone, and she will move heaven and earth to make that man as miserable as she is.
All a guy has to say is that he's been in prison or rehab, and it's like my head tips right over and my brain starts to slip out of my ear. What is it with girls like me?
You are overgrown children. Every choice feels either good or bad and is either good or bad for you. When we choose things that feel bad but are good for us or for the world, people say that you are strong, you're doing the right thing. If you make choices that feel bad and are bad for you, that's just self-destructive. When you do good things that feel good, that's just a wise choice, like, oh, let's have a smoothie. But when you do things that are bad for you but feel good, they tend to feel really good.
A lot of these modern women are on a never-ending pursuit for pleasure, and they don't really care what it costs them to achieve it. Everything is about making them feel good and happy, and the second they realize that life isn't supposed to work that way, they deny reality as a coping mechanism.
When we do difficult things that are good for us, life generally gets better over time. That's like, oh, this was a hard week, but it paid off. When we choose fun things that are bad for us, life looks like this. What a great party, now I'm hungover. What a fun first date, now I have to cry for a month. And the fun parts get less fun with time, like drug addiction. So when you say,
what is it with girls like me?
What it is that you're not thinking any farther ahead than this. That's why what I love most is understanding things, and what I hate most is, hey, do whatever you want. Your behavior has no connection to reality. What we do is the difference between this, and I would prefer it if civilization did not collapse.
That is exactly it. As these women get older and their body counts rise as they chase the next thrill, they don't realize that at the end of that road, it will leave them broken and miserable. We are seeing this with the expressionless women who go on TikTok to complain endlessly about men.
This job seeker is defending her outfit choice after being sent home from a job interview.
So I just got dress coded during the interview.
The recruiter deemed Tyresha's outfit unprofessional.
And then they decided to reschedule the interview with me for tomorrow. But before they rescheduled, the lady was like, would you like to come back? Like go change and then come back? And I was like, no.
Although she was given the option to change and return, Tyresha refused on principle.
These are the shorts. Let me turn to the side, y'all. These are the shorts.
Her TikTok has been seen over 34 million times, sparking debate on whether Tyresha is in the wrong or not. A majority disagreed with the video, maintaining that the outfit was not professional enough for a job interview.
I'm not exactly sure what this woman meant when she refused to change her clothes, quote-unquote, on principle. The business has a dress code and is under no obligation to change that just because she dressed terribly for a job interview.
I'm 29 and I'm single, and my dad seems to believe that the reason why I'm single is because he thinks I don't know how to carry myself in public. And we go to a Zulu ball, and if the DJ play Back That Thing Up, I literally will start backing it up. Like, that's my song. My daddy think this is like not ladylike and completely inappropriate when you're dressed in evening attire. And I'm curious to know what you think.
Modern women are convinced that ladylike behavior is somehow oppressive, and when it's disregarded, they act as childish and as unattractive as possible. They have zero self-awareness with this kind of stuff.
Thank you.
You're 29 years old. Your father told you you're acting inappropriate. Why would your father tell you something wrong?
I thought he was just being old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned?
Like,
listen to me. I want you to get the record, play it at home, and practice doing nothing.
Okay.
Just don't let it do that to you. No song should have control of you that way. You've got to always be, as a lady, in control of yourself. That's what I want you to do. No man wants to see his woman as the center of attention like that at a club, because he know what all the other men are thinking. So you can't do that to a potential suitor. And you can't do that to yourself, because the man of your dreams could be watching you from afar.
These women like to think that they have complete control over their lives, and yet when they're at the club, they dance promiscuously without any form of restraint. They angrily lash out at anybody who disagrees with them, and they are emotionally impulsive. They have no form of self-control whatsoever.
At 27, a hardworking, honest man cannot even compete with the attention that you can get from the volume of men on social media. However, fast forward 20 years, at 47, you would give a limb to have an honest, hardworking man who dedicated his life to you instead of the volume of men who would give you momentary attention.
And yet these very same women at age 47 will demand that the hard-working, loyal men step up to take care of them after they age themselves out of the carousel. They refuse to take responsibility for their terrible actions.
Get ready with me to go see my ex. I'm going to an event tonight, and one of my ex-boyfriends is going to be there. I haven't seen or spoke to him for years, so this is gonna be fun. Considering this is how I looked last time I saw my ex, I think he's going to be in for a big shock. I'm going to add this adorable maxi skirt under this taffeta dress.
My question is, if she hasn't seen this ex of hers in years, then how did she know where he was going to be? She's so desperate for this man's attention that she is stalking this man while making herself look as loud, annoying, and as obnoxious as possible.
Flower belt. Fuzzy crochet tie. My ex actually cheated on me, but it was a high school relationship, so we cool now. It's fine. Plus, I'm going to wear this ring so I can tell him I got engaged. I also have little mushrooms on my nails. Going to add this crochet beret. This bag because it's cool as shit. My Colina sneakers match the gold flecks on my lips. I should have worn my Miu Mius because he actually got these for me. Anywho, Gucci frames. Okay, here is the full fit. I'm quite obsessed with this dress. I literally just thrifted. It's so perfect. I mean, how can you let me go in this outfit? Really? How could you?
All of this effort is being made in hopes of getting the attention of a man who cheated on her over a decade ago. I find it fascinating how she thinks this so-called plan of hers won't end in an embarrassing failure.
I find myself talking with women, and truthfully, that's just fine. But I kind of miss male attention, and male attention seems to dissipate with age. You become sort of invisible, or you feel like you become invisible. It's that feeling of flirting and the other person being like so not, not receptive, not interested, and you think, oh, well, that's just one time, or that's just, but it's like all the time, unless I'm off my game, who knows?
It's rather funny that these women are completely oblivious to the fact that men no longer find them attractive when they get to this age, and this has been an obvious fact since the dawn of time, and they are still trying to deny its existence.
Get crazy here. Women now want men that might have a raft. Do you have floaties? Do you have a canoe, a paddleboard, anything? We need water rescue men. We're willing to take you in, okay? We need a man that can come rescue us right now.
What I find funny here is how they always say that men are useless until the very moment that they actually need one. And they conveniently expect us to forget that they didn't need us only a moment ago.
And how old are you?
39.
39. And what you do for a living?
I'm a vice president of HR.
Vice
President. Okay, vice president. Ooh. You have any kids?
I do. I have a 22-year-old daughter.
Okay. Have you ever been married, Marley?
No.
What kind of man you looking for?
I don't date potential. So if you haven't figured life out by this point, I'm not the girl for you. I'm not going to help you build. I'm not going to help you become established. Come with something, because I'm coming with something.
What she's coming with here is an entitled attitude and an office job, and in return she wants a man who's already put in the work to create something, and she wants to swoop in and reap the benefits of his hard work.
Do you make a certain amount of money?
Yes, at least 6 figures. I just had knee surgery last week, so let's
oh, you can't stand up?
I'm gonna stand up.
Well, if you're in a situation, I'll give you grace.
No, it's okay. So I'm limping.
Okay. You got that? You had a booty in our face for a second. All right. Okay.
I think I come with all the values that men look for, you know, outside of the debate about being a plus size woman asking for 6 figures. I think that debate is crazy.
Wait, what? Okay. What debate?
It's going on in the comments. Being plus size and being 40 and asking for someone who makes 6 figures. Like, why would a man who makes 6 figures want to date a girl that's plus size? I'm like, that debate is old. Like, pick another reason why a plus size woman should ask or require things out of men that she provides. Like, my weight doesn't dictate my worth. So let's stop it with the weight comments. Like, let's be for real.
If a man is making over 6 figures, he's not going to want an overweight single mother who is over the age of 40. That kind of man has better options, and this is not only common knowledge, it's been painfully obvious for generations.
What's your favorite position?
My favorite position is any position I could bust in. Preferably any position I could bust in. Preferably doggy style, or preferably when I could ride it on top.
How do you ride it?
Bull, put, you can slap it in my face.
What's your name, shorty?
What's my name? What's your name? Looking like Superman. Talking about Jesus. Jesus bless us.
She crazy.
This is what happens when a modern woman has zero accountability, too much alcohol, and too much time on her hands. She's seriously thinking that this kind of behavior is not only socially acceptable, but apparently also desirable to men.
I'm not crazy, I'm not psycho, I'm insane. That's why I woke up with crazy thoughts.
She like to be choked. She like a thumb in her butt.
I like butt in my butt. I went on stage one day, and you know how there's different sizes? No, you know how there's different sizes of butt? There's small, medium, and large. I picked the small, and then I popped it down left, and then the small butt popped out. No, it popped out on stage, and then they were making a race, so I was like, okay. Yeah. And it's so funny because I would never let y'all me up.
You don't even know who we is.
I hang out with celebrities. I'm not even trying to be cool. I'm a celebrity too.
He hung out with P. Diddy.
This is why self-control and self-respect are so important. Even the guys around her were weirded out by how open she was with this sort of crap. That's the type of woman you want to keep your distance from.
A woman took 23 of her family members on a blind date to test this man's generosity. And, well, obviously it backfired because she was left with a $3,100 bill. She even had to pay for his food and drink, so her plan definitely backfired.
I have no idea how she thought she was going to get away with getting a blind date to pay for a massive dinner bill as a means to test his generosity. At that point, she's just trying to get as many free meals as possible. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves. Peace.